Guys, I think this video should get enough reaction out of me anyway. Let's get it going though. Reacting to this year's schedule just dropped. Let's go. And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the NFL. Of course, please like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoy this special reaction to the 2025 NFL schedule. I mean, you got preseason and all, but like, does that even load? Hey, it does. No one cares about preseason. I mean, we'll probably talk about it again when I go through the roster grades and stuff, like if there's major injuries and stuff with teams. But outside of that, like, yeah, we don't go too much through preseason. But yes, I'm a big believer, or not believer, just advocate of this NFL schedule. Not this year's, but we'll get to it throughout. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get through this as quickly as possible. But again, I got a lot of opinions on a lot of this, so you'll definitely hear my thoughts on a lot of these games. But we will be grading every division, and every NFL team's schedule in terms of difficulty and like the favorability for them by division. So we'll be starting the AFC East. That's gonna come out maybe tomorrow. We're gonna be club farming up until the NFL season. Though there's gonna be a lot of things coming out. It might slow a little bit in the summer in terms of like daily uploads and stuff, but there'll be a lot of stuff coming. Starting to grind here. Anyway, though, again, the opening night game will be the Super Bowl champions. Again, I'll be adding some like information here too. But either way, the Super Bowl champion again is outside of like what was it, 2019, when like the NFL 100 or whatever. That's besides the point. But the Eagles again won the Super Bowl. Was it 2017? Yeah, that's the last time they hosted a kickoff game. But again, if you win the Super Bowl, unless it's something special, like I said, 2019, you will in fact be hosting the NFL kickoff game, which again is always on the first Thursday night of the year. So again, you get the Eagles here. We knew they were going to be in this slot. Again, they're going to play the Cowboys. NBC does have that. They're also the home of Super Bowl 60, so they're going to be starting the season, ending the season. Again, they had a Super Bowl, was it last time 56? I think Rams were in it. Hey, we'll see what happens. But yeah, also Super Bowl 50-60. Yeah, there we go. We'll be at Levi Stadium, which was where Super Bowl 50 was. Again, that's Peyton Manning's last game. That's crazy. Peyton Manning's last game was 10 years ago. Besides the point, the Cowboys again. I don't like this matchup because again, this is a matchup that'll get billions of views, no matter maybe not that many. But it'll get billions of views wherever. Again, you put it in the schedule. It could be a freaking, packet, like week 16 or something. But that's besides the point. They didn't need to have this as the opening kickoff game. They did it regardless. I don't know why, but again, yes, they wanted to do that. You'll see my opinions on where the Rams are playing them, but that's besides the point. Again, in terms of like, is this going to be a good game? It should be a decent one. Sao Paulo for the second straight year has the Friday kickoff weekend game. This is just not, again, there's things I love about this. There's things I really don't love about this. First things first, I love the matchup. Chiefs-Chargers is usually, I mean, most of the time is a really good matchup, so I don't really expect to see anything different there. Also, I really like the fact it's on YouTube. Again, YouTube creator, obviously. But yeah, this should be really fun. Maybe we'll stream that. But yeah, this will be definitely really fun because, again, YouTube has never had an NFL game in terms of, like, again, yeah, they got Sunday Ticket and stuff, but they don't actually have any sort of produced game. This should be an absolute blast. Again, it'll be 8 o'clock. I don't really see it starting any later than that. But that was the good, the bad on this. Yeah. It's in freaking Brazil. If you didn't remember last year when the Eagles and Packers played, I mean, the game was pretty decent outside of Jordan Love, like, blowing up his knee. But yeah, the energy in Sao Paulo, the field, and just the overall just, like, energy for that game just was not good. And I don't think they should just have this game. I mean, yeah, good ratings and all, but, like, Brazil is not a football town. It's a football town, so or city. So I didn't learn country and just the whole freaking continent. But yeah, this just wasn't really the thing there. But I guess they're trying to do it again. We'll see what happens. I think YouTube will probably crash if we had to guess during this. We'll see what happens. All right, Sunday. I'm gonna try to go a little bit faster. But yeah, those are the first 2 games of the season. Again, we'll get more in it again when we get close to these games. Again, there'll be a whole preview for week 1 and all that crap. And again, we'll have predictions and all that. But that's later. Besides the point here. All right. We talk about there's 8 1 o'clock games here in week 1. Again, I haven't. There's some of the schedule that I haven't completely not reacted to. So again, we'll really see about this. But in terms of week 1 games, anything that really stick out here? I mean, I guess yeah, Raiders Patriots week 1 should be a decent one. Again, some decent storylines there. Dolphins Colts should be a fun one. Bengals Browns, that'll be a blowout. I mean, we'll see, I guess. Steelers Jets, again, neither of these teams are really that excited to see, but that game will probably be somewhat eventful. Giants Commanders, that'll be interesting to watch. That'll probably be the national game here in the 1 o'clock window for Fox. CBS's, I really don't know. They don't have a really good slate here. Late window though. I got what is it called? Bryce Young season story. Again, that's what I got. Cam Ward debut. He'll be going to Denver 4:05 on Fox. Again, I'll spoil this. Oh, guys, we'll get to that in a second. NFC West divisional battle. 49ers Seahawks should be a good game. That is a regional one, though. I'm really pissed because, guys, there's a lot. I'll probably say there's like 6 or 7 Rams games on this schedule that could have been in national like televised windows or even in prime time, and they're just not. And there's teams like the freaking Bears that haven't done anything in like 6 or 7 years again. And then they're getting these like marquee windows. I think it's really freaking stupid. Whatever though. Lions Packers, that's a perfect. Honestly, it's great. Again, there's things I like about the schedule. Again, a lot of things I don't. But this again in terms of again week 1 sort of kickoff national doubleheader game. You can't really ask for much better than that. Texans Rams again, that'll be a good complimentary. I mean, it's not even complimentary. That's like literally the whole thing too. So either one of these games could be there. Ravens Bills Sunday Night Football. Yeah, that's pretty good. Then you got Vikings Bears, which I don't like at all because neither of those teams that I really think are going to be very competitive this year. Well, besides the point, here we are week 2. Commanders Packers, great. Week 2 Thursday Night Football game again. Prime Video's first game of their slate this season. I think they have a playoff game and they got some other cool stuff. I think they do have the Christmas game. But either way, we got to go a little bit faster here. Jags Bengals, that should be a fun one. Giants Cowboys. So again, the Giants don't have really the greatest drop. Again, we'll get to more on that when you actually get these schedules. I'm just trying to again give you guys some like big games here. Rams Titans. Cam Ward's first home debut will be against the Rams. That'll probably be a rough one if I had to guess. Bears Lions should be pretty fun to watch here in week 2. Neither team, I guess, will be playing defense considering those teams that they played the week before. Either way, though, we look at the national game here in week 2. Again, I think Giants Cowboys will probably be on it despite, where is it? Seahawks Steelers, I think you could definitely see that, but I really do think that Giants Cowboys will get the nod there. In terms of CBS's, well, again, I think they have the no, they don't have the doubleheader. CBS national game probably Bills and Jets again, not really greatest slate this week. I don't know, maybe you've seen Patriots Dolphins. We'll see what happens there. Anyway, America's game of the week again. This is part of the reason I like it. Why do you put the Super Bowl rematch in week 2? That's my opinion. Like, why would you do that? That's like so again. We talk about like Monday. Again, we'll get to the Rams schedule. Again, there's some things that I don't like. Again, there's something that I guess are good, but this is one of them. Rams are playing the Falcons. I'm already spoil this in week 17 on Monday Night Football. Again, that's like the last Monday Night Football game of the year. You want that game to be like the biggest game on the schedule. So, like again, this was put out perfectly. So ESPN in 2022 got Bengals Bills week 17 Monday Night Football. Again, we all know what happened in that game. Again, Damar Hamlin, so thankful you're still with us, and again playing football obviously, but that game was the Bills and Bengals. They were the 2 of the top, let's say, like 4 teams in the AFC that year. They were fighting for playoff position. That sort of game is what you want in Week 17. Eagles, Chiefs, again, all intents and purposes, should be vying for a very high seed in the playoffs at that point in the season. That is the sort of game you want on Week 17 Monday Night Football. Lions, Niners, very good intention. Again, the Niners had all those injuries, so you can't really blame them for that. But again, the Lions were very good. So, again, it ended up being meaningless, but that was a very good intention here. Eagles, Chiefs, that should have been the Week 17 Monday Night Football game. Again, I get you can flex that and stuff like that, but this would have been a perfect option. Still America's game of the week, but it's very early in the season. Falcons, Vikings, again, I guess you could have worse Sunday Night Football games. Monday Night Football, there's 4 again this year. Again, we'll get to my opinion's not it. But there has not been a game that has started. It's kicked off at 10 o'clock outside of, again, like rain delays and stuff. Like presumed to schedule at 10 o'clock since 2020 during COVID. It was like the day when last year before they ditched the Monday Night Football doubleheader in the kickoff game. But Bucks Texans, that should be a pretty fun one. I guess Chargers Raiders divisional matchup. That game will be at 10 o'clock, so I will not be staying up for that if I had to guess. Anyway, week 3. You do have the Dolphins Bills Thursday Night Football. Again, it hasn't really worked out last year when they tried to do it, but again, still a pretty solid matchup. Looking at the national games at 1 o'clock here in week 3. I don't really see anything that's too enticing. Again, I'm going to be sarcastic here. How the hell are Rams at Eagles? This, again, divisional round rematch, arguably the best game in the entire playoffs. How the hell is this not one of your main, honestly, freaking screw it, your main events of the entire NFL season? This game being at 1 o'clock as a precursor to Cowboys and Bears. No one wants to watch this. I'm sorry. No one, again, if you are a genuine NFL fan, is excited to watch this game. I'm sorry. You're just not. It's pretty simple. The Bears are a joke. The Cowboys, again, we all know about the Cowboys. So that is just insane. Again, this is one of the best games they could have picked. They just shafted it. I'm pissed about this. But yes, we will probably be getting the national televised game if I had to accept. If we don't, bigger issues. Anyway, though, again, I'm a little pissed about that. CBS's, I really don't care about it. again, when you look at the we already talked about that. Anything else enticing? I mean, Chiefs Giants and Sunday Night Football is just a mess. The Lions Ravens also one of the best games scheduled. Week 3 Monday Night Football. Again, you could have worse games there, to say the least. Week 4, Seahawks Cardinals. Again, they really like these divisional matchups Thursday Night Football. They had a lot of those last year. I do like pushing that. Again, not all of them, but most of the Thursday night games last year were pretty good. Also, a lot of international games. Again, this schedule is just insane, but. Dublin, Ireland, again, they again have the Aer Lingus Classic, whatever the hell it's called, for college football. So, yeah, they're moving to the NFL here. Vikings are the first team in NFL history. Again, we'll get to their next international game. To have two NFL games in a season in two different countries. Again, we had the Jaguars back in 2023 be the first team to have 2 international games, again, in the same season. But, again, that was in London. But the Vikings are the first team to have 2 countries. But whatever. Vikings, again, they go across the pond here in Week 4 to take on the Steelers. Again, that'll be on NFL Network. NFL Network has all the international games for some reason. No, again, it makes sense. No one else wants to cover a game at 9:30 in the morning. But besides the point, 1 o'clock and a little bit of a shorter slate. We will be getting to the bye weeks in a second as well. But looking at the 1 o'clock slate, I really don't see any games that are that great. I mean, Eagles Bucks, that'll definitely be their national game for this week. Outside of that, though, I don't see. What do we see for CBS? Yeah, probably Commanders Falcons. That'll probably be the CBS doubleheader game. I think again Bengals Ravens. Bengals. No, holy crap, I'm high here. Ravens Chiefs. There we go. 4:25 on CBS. That will be your national doubleheader game. That is a freaking banger. But again, they're gonna. Again, I will say from what I've seen so far, the doubleheader games again. Outside of the week before, they have the right intention with them. Packers Cowboys, great Sunday night game. Again, I don't like the Cowboys, but you can't tell me that doesn't look a good matchup. Whatever. Jets, Dolphins, Monday Night Football. Yeah, that's kind of a poop. But again, it's an early game. It's a doubleheader. It makes sense. Bengals, Broncos. That's the headline game. As long as these double headers have at least one game that's pretty good, you can definitely live with them. Either way though, Week 5 Thursday Night Football, Niners, Rams. So again, the first primetime game for the Rams here. Again, short week playing against the Niners isn't the greatest thing, but we did it last year in San Fran with a worse team, so I think we're okay there. Again, Vikings second game, straight international game again. The London series. There'll be 3 games in London this year from Week 5 to Week 7. Again, we'll have international games from Week 5 to Week 4 to Week 7 as well, which is pretty crazy. But Vikings Browns. Not a great game, but I mean, it's in freaking London, so who cares? 9:30 in the morning. Again, if you don't want to watch it, you really don't have to. All right, 1 o'clock window. Texans, Ravens, massive CBS standalone game if I had to guess. What else do we have? I don't know. Broncos, Eagles. There's 2 really good games here. I don't think they flex this early, but that would definitely not be something that I could definitely see happening. Cowboys, Jets will absolutely be the doubleheader game in the early window, and then the Fox's feature game of the week will. That's pretty good. Lions and Bengals, Commanders and Dolphins. Again, I really don't love these primetime games. Again, I will be honest, making schedules is really hard, so again, I can kind of understand this. But, Lions, Bengals, if I had to guess, will be that feature game there. Patriots, Bills, not a great Sunday night game, but you can have worse games there. Chiefs, Jags, and Monday Night Football. Again, this is really important. The bye weeks, again, week 5 bye is insanely early, but the Bears, Falcons, Packers, and Steelers all have them. So, looking at these teams, really Packers are the only ones that, will probably be competing. But anyway, those are the first 4 teams to have a bye. Week 6, Eagles, Giants. They had a Thursday Night Football game in Week 6, exactly, 7 years ago now? 2018. That's the game Saquon went off. We'll see if it happens again. Saquon returning to New York again. So, again, I think that'll actually, again, you can't tell me again you're not going to, at least be somewhat interested. All right, second of the 3 London games here in Week 6. We got Broncos at Jets. Yeah, that's a game. In terms of early window enticing games, you got Rams, Ravens. That's not really anything. Yeah, that game, I'm going to probably say that's going to be the game of the year, even though it's Week 6. The Rams and Ravens, last time they played in Baltimore was just insane. Again, you can go watch the highlights from that. That was insane. Anyway, though, CBS, holy cow, this is a freaking brick show here. I don't freaking care. Bengals, Packers, that's going to be your 4:25 CBS feature game. Lions, Chiefs on Sunday Night Football in Week 6 is a little early, but hey, it's freaking banger there. Bills, Falcons, I think should be a good game. Again, this is, I think, Monday Night Football third doubleheader here. Bears, Commanders, again, that was the Hail Mary game, Jane Daniels last year. That should be a good one. Week 6 buys, only Vikings and Texans. Again, there's weird things. They like to screw around there. All right, Week 7. Steelers, Bengals, Thursday Night Football. I think that'll be a pretty good game. Again, I don't really like the Steelers at all, but again, I could definitely see this one being a little more close than you might have thought. Rams, they do have a London game, so again, that's part of the reason we have that. But yeah, Wembley, again, Wembley has this one. Jags, again, they've had 2 London games past 2 years, but again, last year they kind of sucked, so they kind of just took that privilege away from them, even though I will say the Jags probably have more fans in London than they do in Duval. But that's besides the point. Yes, the Jags will be having another London game at Wembley. Again, Wembley usually just gets one of the three. But yeah, the Rams will be having to head across the pond. I wonder what's faster. Do you think it's better if they fly the 6 hours across country, then they go another 6 hours? That's 12, or they just go screw it and they go from they go through Asia? I think again it would obviously be faster the normal way, but still that would be interesting if they what they do with that. Anyway, though, 1 o'clock games. Yeah, this is kind of a mess. Eagles Vikings will probably be the featured game for Fox. CBS, again, I don't really care. This is just a crappy schedule for them. Again, this is also the first time I'm really looking at these games. Commanders, this is actually really good. Packers, this has got to be a Monday Night Football game, right? Again, I don't love the Cardinals this year, but they're definitely not bad. And you got to get the Commanders and Cowboys, obviously. That'll be your featured game there. Falcons, Niners, Sunday night, worst games. Falcons getting way too many primetime games. We'll get to that more when we get to their schedule. ESPN Plus had a Monday Night Football game last year. It was like 9 o'clock, I think. It was like Chargers, Cardinals. Kind of a boring game, but at least came down to the wire there. Again, no, but it'll be on 10 o'clock. So again, if you don't have ESPN Plus, you're not gonna really be missing much. It should be a solid game though. Bucks, Lions, banger them on ESPN and ABC. Again, so they're not like really screening out because then you do need a subscription to have ESPN Plus. They're not like screening out a better game there. Bills and Ravens, they have the bye weeks again. Good teams there. Whatever. Week 8. I'm just going to go with bye weeks early here. Massive 6 teams, so this is again probably one of the smaller weeks of the season. You got Lions, Raiders, Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, and Jags. Again, Jags and Rams were in London, so they're going to have time to be able to travel back. Vikings, Chargers, you can't really go wrong with that on Thursday night. Well, again, this is week 8 and week 9 do not have international games. Just be ready for that. But you do have Dolphins and Falcons. That should be an interesting game. Again, for the first one, I guess we'll talk about there. Feature games, Bears, Ravens. That's got to be CBS's first game of their doubleheader. And I'd say Giants, Eagles again for Fox, if I had to guess. Well, maybe different, but probably not. Feature game, Cowboys at Broncos. Cowboys haven't gone to Denver since, was it 2017? It's been a freaking while. That game was a blowout. I don't know how I still remember that, but it was 2017. Where is it? There we go. Dak played awful. He threw like 4 picks. No, 2. It was like it was crazy, but that was just not a very good game. All right, back into it here. Packers Steelers, that's going to be a brutal one to watch on Sunday night. Again, the Steelers just, again, I feel bad for them, but like they're just not going to be very good this year if I had to be honest with you. Again, the Bears too. There's some teams that just get too many primetime games. Commanders, Chiefs. Oh yeah, also, again, we'll probably tally this up at the end. But if I'm not mistaken, the Chiefs and Cowboys have 8 primetime games, and you can't even fit one in for the lonely Browns. I mean, I wouldn't give them to them either. Or the freaking Titans too. Cam Ward's got to get on Thursday night or something. But can't call out Commanders, Chiefs, really good Monday night game. I was Monday Night Football so far has at least had one game, even with these doubleheaders. I think that's it for them too. Week 9. Thursday Night Football, Ravens, Dolphins should be a great game. Again, usually there'll be a couple of games, obviously, that against the injuries and stuff that won't iron out as good. Early games, you got Bears, Bengals. That'll be CBS's standalone game if I put my money on it. Vikings, Lions. That could definitely be it. For Fox, America's game of the CBS is a doubleheader. That makes more sense there. Look at Chiefs, Bills. That is probably one of the better games of the year. It's probably in the perfect spot too. Again, week 11 last year, week 9 this year. Pretty good. Seahawks, Commanders should be a good Sunday nighter. You got Cardinals, Cowboys on Monday Night Football. Bye weeks, Browns, Jets, Eagles, and Bucks. I mean, there's nothing really impartial there. Week 10. This is again back to the international games, weeks 4 through 7, then weeks 10 and 11. In terms of that, Berlin is getting their first game. I think this is Bayern. No, it's not Bayern Munich. I'm a freaking brick. It's Berlin's FC team. But that's besides the point. Germany, and I guess Berlin, Germany is going to be getting their first NFL game probably ever. Maybe in a while, whatever though. Falcons and Colts will be the matchup, so that should be pretty fun. So again, more international action. But yeah, first ever game in Berlin. Raiders, Broncos, that could definitely be a clunker for Thursday night, but we'll just have to wait for that one. Giants, Bears, that could be the game. I don't think so. Ravens, Vikings seems a lot more enticing. What do we see for CBS? Not much. This is a tough one. I'll probably say Bills, Dolphins, though. America's game of the week. This is freaking shaft. Lions, Commanders. The Rams are just not getting these games, bro. Niners or Rams is just Rams and Niners should be a great game. Steelers, Packers again. Why the hell are the Steelers playing on Sunday night much like this much? It's just a freaking ridiculous, bro. The Rams again. We'll get to the Rams in a second, but this is just insane. Eagles, Packers. That's gonna be a banger on Monday Night Football. Bengals, Cowboys, Titans, Chiefs for Week 10 buys. That's in my opinion the best bye week. Week 11. Jets and Patriots will be your Thursday night game. That game could be a dud. Again, it was last year when they had it, so we'll see what happens this year. First ever game in Madrid, Spain. Again, also the Ravens will be playing Melbourne, Australia, which will be very interesting in 2026. But that's for 2026, not 2025. Commanders and Dolphins game should be really fun to watch. 9:30 NFL Network from Madrid, Spain. So again, Madrid gets their first game, last international game of the year as well. We look at the early window here. I don't really see anything too crazy. I mean, maybe you have. Yeah, this really just doesn't look that good, to be honest with you guys. Not much going on. Late window though, we do have Chiefs and Broncos. So yeah, that's your game there. It's very weird that the Ravens and Browns again. They do this sometimes where they have a team on the East Coast play late, but we'll just have to are in the later window. Lions, Eagles, great Sunday night. Cowboys, Raiders, hit or miss on Monday night, and of course you do have the Colts and Saints on their bye weeks. Week 12 is not Thanksgiving this year because what is it? The season starts September 4th, I think. Yeah, September 4th. So it's a pretty early start to the season. One of the earliest you're going to see in terms of it following the calendar. So, yeah, it will be an early Thanksgiving. Bills, they're not really early, but you get the point. Bills, Texans, Thursday Night Football should be good. And then we look at, week 12, the slate. Again, teams on a bye, Broncos, Dolphins, Chargers, and Commanders. There were 6 teams on a bye last week, if I'm not mistaken. Last year, if I'm not mistaken. Again, same sort of thing, week 13, Thanksgiving. Giants, Lions, that'll absolutely be Fox's first game of their doubleheader. CBS, probably Colts and Chiefs, if I had to bet. Maybe, depending on the Patriots, Patriots, Bengals, we'll just wait for that. America's game of the week. Eagles, Cowboys. That should have been Sunday night. You could have pushed. I don't even know, something that I did not think about. Probably not that good. But Eagles, Cowboys, America's game of the week should be good. Bucks, Rams. Rams at least get one Sunday night. I can't really be mad about this. I don't think this should have been the matchup for Sunday Night Football, but that's just me. Panthers, Niners. Many people are like, what the hell is this for Monday Night Football Week 12? Trust me, I think this will be a really fun one to watch. Again, I'm just going to go on a limb there. All right. The best, again, there's a lot of things that they got harped on for this NFL schedule that I really haven't liked, but the one thing they just nailed was Thanksgiving. They really put their butt hard into this. Yes, I do think that the Rams, Rams and Bucks was supposed to be this Thanksgiving game in terms of rumors, but I was expecting that, but again, it didn't happen, so who cares? At least they still got Sunday night there. All right. Again, Lions, Packers are always on Thanksgiving. Not Packers. Lions, well, basically. Lions and Cowboys are always on Thanksgiving. I guess they're moving it to 1 o'clock, which I like a little bit better. I don't like starting at 12:30, but it is usually at 12:30. So, again, the fact is at 1, not really a big deal. But yeah, Packers, Lions, again, the Fox and CBS rotate every year. Yeah, Packers, Lions, again, they had it 2 years ago. It wasn't, again, a perfect game, but it was overall pretty entertaining. Again, that's about as good as you're going to get in terms of a Thanksgiving match because it's usually someone in the division. Chiefs, Cowboys, yeah, that's really where they had it. I really wanted this because, yes, could you have this any other week and it'd be good? Obviously. But this just makes Thanksgiving a little bit more enticing. Because, like, Giants and Cowboys last year, yeah, did it get the views? Yes. But was it a good game? Absolutely not. Again, you want the best chance for the game to be good. Again, the NFL did not have to do this at all. The fact they did shows they care. Sunday Night Football, or Thanksgiving night, whatever you want to call it. Bengals, Ravens, that's a freaking crazy matchup. Crazy matchup last year, going to be crazy night here. Yeah, that's about as good as Thanksgiving as you could have asked for. All right, Black Friday football, I don't like this. I'll be honest with you, I just think it's stupid. But Bears, Eagles, yeah, that's not going to be a good game. But hey, overall, not a terrible one. All right. No teams on a bye usually for Thanksgiving. I think last time was in 2021. That was a little weird COVID thing. Anyway, though, we look at the 1 o'clock games here in Thanksgiving weekend. I don't really see anything that's that great. We have, this is just not very good for CBS. I don't freaking know. This is bad. Texans, Colts, maybe. I don't know. They're probably going to have give their CBS team a break here. I don't know what they're going to do with that. Bills, Steelers, this is just rough. Yeah, this is kind of a tough schedule. I mean, you got a great, I would have rather them done, what would they say? Some other team with the Cowboys and the Chiefs and Bills play here in Week 13. That would have been something I would have thought of. But again, you can't really sacrifice that. So this is tough there. Sunday night, Broncos Commanders is pretty good. Giants Patriots is definitely going to be a very big risk there. But who knows? It could be a good game. But yeah, we look at the whole slate here is really lacking. Here for Week 13. We'll see what happens though. Maybe Vikings Seattle could turn into something. All right, Week 14. Yeah, so we're getting down to it here. Last week's for a bye. We got Niners, Panthers, Giants, and Patriots. And now we look at the again, this is usually what happens. The teams that play on Thanksgiving, at least again, they pick 2 teams. So like next week, you play on Thursday Night Football because again, you get that week off. Cowboys, Lions, pretty ironic. But yeah, the Cowboys and Lions, I don't know. It's just kind of weird to think they'll play off Thanksgiving. This is just kind of like a mind-boggling matchup, but should be a good one either way. Again, kind of like a late Thanksgiving feast. Who knows? Either way though. 1 o'clock slate, Week 14, usually pretty good. We look at CBS, I'd probably say Steelers, Ravens. I mean, again, just because of the rivalry. Outside of that, I don't think CBS just they're kind of lacking here in these weeks here. We look at Fox, maybe probably Commanders Vikings. Bears Packers probably if I had to guess for sure, and then you'll have Bengals Bills for a massive America's Game of the Week. Rams Cardinals complimenting. Texans Chiefs on Sunday night pretty good. Eagles Chargers even better on Monday night. Week 15 again. Week 15 through week 18 just gets crazy. I'm being honest with you guys. But for week 15 again, if you don't remember, again, from 2021, if I'm not mistaken, through 2023, they had the NFL games, week 1 games have the 4:25 start, no regional window, which is what they've always had for week 18 for as far as I can remember. So that they moved that to week 15 starting last year, so again, I'll get to that in a second. But your Thursday night game, Falcons, Bucks, again, it'll be a game for sure. But again, there's definitely better games you could have had here. We look at it. Your 1 o'clock slate here, again, week 15 usually is going to be a really, again, last year was pretty strong overall. I expect the same thing. Bengals, Ravens is going to be a very, very big game here, 1 o'clock. I expect one of these games, Bengals, Ravens, or Chargers, Chiefs, to get flexed into probably this window, to be honest, on Monday Night Football. Maybe even Sunday night. I really don't see either of these games staying in the 1 o'clock window. Again, both for CBS. Again, that was just kind of a schedule thing. They just kind of threw them there. They're definitely going to get flexed. Fox, this is not the greatest window for 1 o'clock games. I'd probably say Raiders, Eagles would probably get the nod for the national exposure, but again, only 3 games, not the greatest. And obviously, or 4 games technically. All right. Again, like I said, again, week 15, again, the week 1, 4:25, sort of like packed games has gotten moved. Oh, that wasn't good. Has gotten moved to week 15 here from week 1. So we look at the national games. Lions, Rams is absolutely going to be America's Game of the Week. Fox is 3 games here. And then we look at CBS. I'd probably say Packers, Broncos for them there. So those are your 2 doubleheaders. Vikings, Cowboys, again, and Dolphins, Steelers should absolutely be seen moved in terms of the flexes there. Again, week 16, week 17 are always wild, again, with Christmas and stuff now. But Rams, Seahawks, pretty solid Thursday night game. It'll probably be cool, which does not go for the Rams. I don't know what the hell they're trying to do with this, but again, last year they had Fox and NBC, if I'm not mistaken, have a holiday feature of some sorts for week 16. So we'll see if that, again, Fox is a doubleheader here. If I had to guess, I don't really know what they're going to do with this. Whatever game is more important, it's going to be in prime time. All right. Again, standalone national televised games here again as we get closer to the holidays. Sunday games, again, it's not going to be the most enticing here. We look at it, probably Vikings, Giants, if I had to guess. No, definitely Chargers, Cowboys. That's kind of weird. Chargers, Cowboys doesn't really see like a game you'd usually see at 1 o'clock. For CBS, they kind of have a dud here, but I'd probably say Patriots, Ravens. CBS game of the week, you got Steelers, Lions. That's probably the weakest. Again, there's some bad, we get late in the season. There's some games that just aren't very good for the national game, but I'd probably say Steelers, Lions is probably the worst overall because, the Steelers they're just not very good. And the Lions, we don't even know if they're actually going to be as good as they should be. Bengals, Dolphins, again, you have worse than the Niners. 49ers, Colts is definitely a risky one to put there, but who knows? Week 17, this is going to, again, like last year, craziest week of the season. We'll talk about the week 18 matchups and what I think about that, but that'll be very quick because, again, we don't even know the times or anything like that. All right, Christmas year is on a Thursday, probably the best day of the year for the NFL on Christmas. Outside of probably, this is definitely the best year time. Maybe Monday might be better. I don't know. Cowboys, Commanders. Netflix getting Sunday contracts to get these the doubleheader here. Cowboys, Commanders, and Lions, Vikings. Those should be pretty good games. Like, again, the NFL did last year. They stacked those games. It was very weird, obviously, with it being on a Wednesday, but they still wanted it. And, again, both games were blowouts, but these games should be better. Thursday Night Football, again, Prime Video still has that stakehold there, so they should get it. Broncos, Chiefs there. All right, before we get into, the rest of this mess, NFL Network, that is, always has some sort of triple header in the season. Again, we look back at 2018, 2019, even freaking 2017, 2016. They had double headers, but starting, I think if I'm not mistaken, in 2021. Not even that. 2022. There we go. They started to have an NFL Network showdown sort of triple header where again they took 5 games again here in week 17 this year. Again, it depends on the calendar, and they again late season sort of thing, and they try to have sort of a triple header here. Supposedly on this Saturday, again, because this is when these games are going to be. Again, there'll be 2 games that'll be moved to Sunday at some point, maybe flex into Sunday Night Football like it was last year. But 2 of these games will be on Sunday. I don't know, freaking Monday for all you know. But I will say 3 of these games will be on Saturday. Supposedly though, Peacock will have the Saturday night game. I have no idea. I'm just trying to give you guys what I know. And again, NFL Network will at least get the other 2 games. That's from what I know. We'll see if it's still a triple header. But Looking at this, what games do I think will be happening on Sunday and Saturday? We'll have to talk about this in a second. But Cardinals, Bengals, I see that happening on Saturday. Giants, Raiders definitely get flexed back. Seahawks, Panthers probably the other one. Texans, Chargers, Packers, Ravens, Packers, and Cardinals, Bengals. I absolutely think will get flexed. But overall, they picked a pretty good set of games there for the triple header, which was definitely an issue last year. In terms of the games that are left, yeah, they had to put a really good game there because, again, you look at it, none of these games are really that good because, again, they're going to probably figure the rest of it out. Again, when you look at a short week like this, it's kind of hard to, really nail down something. So, again, Eagles, Bills for America's Game of the Week, Week 17. Can't really ask for much more. Bears from Niners is risky. Rams, Falcons. I don't know why this is the last Monday football game of the year, to be honest with you. All right, wrapping this all up with Week 18. In terms of these matchups, anything insane, we really don't know yet because, again, this really just comes down to Week 18, as you all know. Cardinals, Rams could obviously come down to the wire again. It was last year. Look at this overall. Again, these are just matchups. So, again, there's really nothing much to go off. Again, we'll talk about it when we get there for this mostly. Anyway, though, hope you guys enjoyed my reactions to this NFL schedule. It's a lot to go through. We'll be going through it a lot more, dissecting it over the next week or so. So, yeah, get ready for those AFC East divisional schedule rankings. Because, again, schedule's pretty important when you think about it overall. Again, look at the Steelers last year.
Vaulted high and deep to right. Abreu's back at the track. Abreu, Rafael, and combined to make the catch.